disappointed about is that we've had black men that the world has forgotten about help other black men in barber chairs stop from taking their life by suicide.
Just hanging out with Lorenzo. Just hanging out with just hanging out with
So before I get started, I would like to just get a quick raise of hands, really quick. How many parents do I have in this room? The whole room. All right. Well, I tell you what's interesting about me asking the question. So I have a 10-year-old daughter named Lorenzo, and in my early 20s, you know, when my auntie said, I called myself being grown, right? And without having a baby in college, you know. And but seriously, it was the best thing that really ever happened to me, you know. But what I didn't know is when she would turn 10, and she would turn into somebody else. I say all that to say, being a parent has been such a tremendous opportunity, and just if you are a parent, I just embrace you right now, because it's so important that we support our young people. And so I say this to say that your pain will become your purpose. You know, oftentimes with young people, we're going to talk about how the numbers look with suicide in young people. But I want to just take you on a journey. When we think about young people, I know we have some educators here in this audience, we have some counselors here in this audience, some folks that work in social services. One thing I can tell you about young people, you're looking at someone who went through being in a gang, but came from a decent household. My aunt and uncle had pretty good jobs, decent jobs, kept food on the table, and never had experience our lights being cut off. But I wanted to do everything I could just to fit in. And so I put myself through challenges. I put myself through changes because I wanted to fit in. Because I didn't feel seen and heard, loved, and celebrated. And so when you don't often feel loved, heard, and celebrated, these things can turn into a myriad of challenges. And sometimes it's just because our voices don't feel loud enough. Sometimes it's because there's so much going on in the household, when in fact, when I come to school, I want to be loved, but I hate you because I hate them at home. Just remember that with individuals dying by suicide, that there's people that's dying internally just walking. And when I call it slow suicide, there's people that's dying inside. They're doing some of the worst behaviors. They're feeding themselves music and negative things because they're finding any way they can just to say, I don't want to go through. But if we could just take a step back for a second and just to remember that we're powerful. And then we start to really think through how our purpose is much stronger than our pain. And I just want you to remember something. if I'm gonna say anything today, I want you all to remember that when trying times are on your side, just know that your purpose will show up. Some deeper questions. Get to the root of the problem. Don't just say they're a bad kid. I was that bad kid. But look at me now, I'm on the other side. The judge gave me a second chance. And I took my education here to UAPB. One of the greatest things that happened to me. I just want to thank UAPB for giving me an opportunity. I barely had a 2.0 GPA getting out of school. I had a criminal record. And everybody else had gave up on me. I was black, I'm a big kid, and I think I'm bad. So I ain't got no business at nobody's school. But UAPB thought different. And thinking different got them this. I ain't gonna start preaching. I was going to school to get a social services degree. So I'm just doing, obviously, what I know I need to be doing is working in my field. But not knowing that not only God was using me to do something so much more different, to reaching a group of people in America that everybody has counted out, black men, black women, people that's been incarcerated, to go back, to pull them out.
There you go.
And so those years that I spent in those facilities, I don't take it for granted. I thank them for taking a chance on me. And so those moments was very, very pivotal in my life. But I had a wake-up moment. I never forget working, and a lot of people that wore what we call like the green smocks, like the color I had on, that were staff in those units, they didn't look like me. A lot of the doctors with the white coats, they didn't look like me. But I saw more people that looked like me in the facilities. And they would come in, they would come right back out. They would come back in, come right back out. And so I had something deeper inside of me saying that we gotta do something about this. That we gotta find a way to support these group of folks in a better way than what we're already doing. I'm not saying that the healthcare, the behavioral healthcare system ain't doing its part. But what I am saying is that we've created a bridge. And we've now invited and joined in partnership together. And how does this partnership look? What does it look like in real time? I started an organization with zero in my pocket and a little bit of knowledge that I had about psychiatry and mental health other than working in it. So I had enough to get by, and said that I wanted to help men that look like me, were talking about their challenges, their fears, and their traumas. I had probably a baseline glossary index of information, even about the field. Obviously, I've been in school for, but I'm not a counselor, y'all. I was just an advocate and someone helping to pull somebody through. But sometimes, when you do ordinary things, you get extraordinary responses.
Amen.
And this is, I thank you again for talking about the accolades and the different things that we've been able to do. What I'm most excited about is that we've had black men that the world has forgotten about help other black men in barber chairs stop from taking their life by suicide. That is what I am the most proud about. The Confess Project of America now, which resides in Atlanta, Georgia, has reached upward of 1.4 million people in 47 cities. When I'm just a kid that was born in a prison.
Come on now. Come on.
But did some extraordinary stuff.
Yeah.
And you can do that too.
That's right.
And that's what this project is really here for, to do extraordinary things here in Pine Bluff and across the state of Arkansas.
That's right.
It's here to do extraordinary things. It's here to bless a lot of folks.
Just hanging out with Logan. Just hanging out with Logan. Just hanging out with Logan. Just hanging